Families of the United Airlines Flight 93 victims gathered in a field of goldenrod, clover and wild carrot to hear wind chimes ring, each symbolizing the voice of a victim aboard the September 11 flight that crashed in a rural Pennsylvania field nearly 16 years ago. The Tower of Voices is the final phase of construction at the Flight 93 National Memorial near Shanksville. The 93-foot tower will join the landscape next year, bringing the sounds of 40 different wind chimes to represent the eternal voices of each passenger and crew member who fought back against the plane's hijackers. Listen to the future Tower of Voices at Flight 93 National Memorial. The use of sound was inspired by the final forms of contact with those flyers, whose voices lived on after the crash through a cockpit voice recorder and phone calls. My godmother's eldest son, Louis Janak II, along with 39 other good souls, lost his life almost 16 years ago amid the screaming sounds of a 757 exploding in the earth nearby, said Patrick White, president of Friends of Flight 93 National Memorial. The last sounds of his voice are now heard only on a cockpit voice recorder, memorialized through technology, like those of others from Flight 93. 40 wind chimes in the tower will create different notes to represent the unique identities of all 40 victims aboard Flight 93. The massive instrument's music will change as the wind shifts, bringing a different experience with every visit. As the actions of those 40 were unprecedented, we will build here a monument the world has never seen or heard. A 93-foot tall musical instrument with 40 tuned chimes ranging in size from 5 feet to nearly 10 feet long, said architect Paul Murdoch. Murdoch was selected from about 1,100 applicants to construct this final element of the memorial site. He worked with a team including musicians, wind engineers, lighting designers and civil engineers to design the tower. His team has tested 5 extruded aluminum chimes during the design phase in Arizona and California. They brought a single chime to the tower's future site on Sunday for family members to ring. The Flight 93 National Memorial is operated by the National Park Service and features several elements to remember what happened on September 11, 2001, in this rural Pennsylvania field. The Tower of Voices, the last major feature planned for the memorial, is expected to open in September 2018. In the final minutes of the flight, the 40 passengers and crew, mostly strangers who had never met before, ordinary men and women from all walks of life, did something extraordinary, said Will Shafroff, president and CEO of the National Park Foundation, the official charity of the National Park Service. They stepped forward, they came together, and then they acted as one to save countless others on the ground. As one passenger told his wife in a final call home, "It's up to us." That was the spirit of Flight 93. That spirit is reflected in the community's response to the September 11 terror attacks. More than 110,000 people and businesses contributed a total of $46 million to the National Park Foundation to build the memorial. The Visitors Center was the first phase. It opened in September 2015, offering stories, photos and a timeline of that fateful day. Leading to the center is a black granite walkway along a portion of the flight path and a viewing platform where guests can see the impact site. A memorial plaza nearby features white marble carved with the names of all 40 passengers and crew members. Monday, September 11, is the 16th anniversary of one of the most horrific days in the history of the United States. On that Tuesday in 2001, the extremist group Al-Qaeda attacked the United States by hijacking 4 airliners and crashing them.